Hello Internet, welcome back to Donkey Kong 64. We finally got Lanky Kong in the last episode, which means we can finally go and get Chunky, who is necessary to get the other Kongs. So, to get to Frantic Factory, we could go back to Angry Aztec and beat the boss and get the key to Frantic Factory, but there's a glitch that lets us get in. We're gonna do another moon kick. So, as dark as it is over here, you'll notice there's a slope up this way. You can do a moon kick here. See right there, it gets steeper at the top. This is one of the toughest moon kicks to do in the game, but it's worth it. Definitely make sure Donkey Kong is running towards the camera as opposed to away from it. I feel like I was close that time. I keep doing it too early. That time was too late. This is possible. It's super dark, but it is possible. Darn it! That was really close. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Make sure you're holding that B button so you can get up here. Alright. So, this is the platform with the cage on it. What we want to do is do a kick attack off here, then do a jump attack, and bam! We can skip the platform and we're already on our way up to Frantic Factory. So if you'll remember, Frantic Factory, when you get the key, both the platform raises up at the bottom to let us get up here, but there's also a door that is blocking the entrance to Frantic Factory. That door is actually remarkably easy to get through. We won't need infinite oranges to get through this door. I'm not using infinite oranges anymore, so we can get here. So you'll notice big metal door, and you can literally walk right through it. The developers did not intend you to be able to get up here without getting the key, so they didn't even put in the collision detection for that door. So this B-Locker is the most annoying B-Locker in the game to get past, because for some reason the designers put him farther forward than they did on the previous B-Lockers, and these giant pipes are here. So, while it's technically possible for Donkey Kong to get through that, it requires using a crazy orange glitch. And this is why we got Lanky Kong. Lanky Kong can get in a bit easier, but it's still not easy. So for most B-Lockers in the game, Lanky Kong can get through them very easily by just going up here and doing this attack. However, as you can see, that doesn't work for this B-Locker. We're gonna have to get it very close and literally do that attack in just the right place. And this takes a lot of time and attempts to get through. Hopefully it won't be as bad as the wall glitch on the last episode, though. So Lanky Kong plays... Actually, all the Kongs in general play very different from each other. Lanky Kong is possibly my favorite Kong to be. He plays very uniquely. He's slow, but he's got really good moves. He's just fun to be. Whoa. The camera's not doing me any favors here. So I know it looks like I'm not really doing anything, but if you're really lucky and hit just the right part of that with the end of your attack, then you will clip in. Like I said, this is one of the trickiest glitches to do. It takes a lot of attempts. Most of the B-Lockers are not this hard. It's like this guy, for some reason, is the hardest B-Locker to get past. Because he's slightly farther forward than he normally is. Normally, we can clip into that very easily. And that's his dash attack. Come on! Let me in! I have a hunch this is going to be like the wall glitch, where it just takes hours for me to get in. I would say this is a bit easier to pull off than the wall glitch, as this is basically down to just luck as to whether you will reach the portal or not. Aw, that didn't work. I was hopeful. Darn it, Bee-Walker! You stink. By that I mean you're actually doing your job very well right now. Come on, Bee-Walker! Cut me some slack, man. I'm trying to do a glitched playthrough. Yeah, and you'll notice since Lanky Kong is having this hard a time, you can imagine just how hard it is for Donkey Kong to get in. Darn it! Let me in, Bee-Walker! Yes! Yeah, that just takes a lot of attempts, but you can do it. Well, looks like Diddy's doing fine for himself. There's one of them Kongs! Get him! Whee! Catch me if you can! Hey, that kid's quick! What's that thing on his back? Okay, you two morons, here's your chance! So it looks like they didn't end up capturing Diddy after all. He escaped, apparently, with a jetpack. I didn't give him that. Welcome to Frantic Factory. This is one of my favorite worlds in the game, to be honest, but if you're doing a glitched playthrough, it gets a lot more irritating. And Chunky's here. Help me, Chunky that doesn't like heights. I can't really do a good Chunky voice. Alright, we're definitely going to want the one pad in it. Whoa. What? Hello, Lanky! There are 5 gold bananas for you to find in here, too! What? I don't know why he did that then. Normally that happens as soon as you enter a world or when you hit a tag barrel. So those are robotic Kremlins. And what we want to do is beat them up. Simeon slammed that switch. Anybody can hit that switch. And neat little trick in here. Oh wow, it's pitch black in there. I cannot see a thing. So, those guys you can really only kill with oranges. And yeah, as you can see, I do not have infinite oranges anymore. I do not need them for the rest of the playthrough, I believe. I think we are done with the orange glitches. What you can do here, crouch, and as long as you're crouching for the entire fall, you will not actually take fall damage. Neat little trick there. Oh man, I forgot how dark this world is. Ooh, also I'm gonna have to buy Lanky some stuff, because he literally has nothing. That is a Kasplut. They're pretty powerful enemies, and they carry blueprints, which you can use to get golden bananas. We don't care about them. Alright, welcome to the storage room, and Chunky is hanging up there. Now, in order to progress and rescue him, we're going to need to go to Cranky and buy some moves. Actually, just one move, never mind. Also, Lanky has 20 coins because of all of the giant rainbow coins we've gotten. Lanky's also not the best at jumping. But despite all his flaws, I really like being Lanky Kong. He's one of my favorites. Especially in multiplayer. Okay, so we're gonna want to go to Cranky, buy the first move. A rain stand, Palmas Walkum. This is basically the Talon Trot from Banjo-Kazooie, it's just not as fast. This handy little move should get you up some steep slopes. It's easy enough even for you, Lanky. Just press and hold Z, then press B to keep Z pressed to keep handstand along the slopes. And as much as I want Baboon Balloon, I really don't need it for this playthrough, so sorry. Baboon Balloon is basically a move Lanky can do on his pads. And before we leave, we do want Lanky's instrument. We're going to need this for the final boss. For free coins, you can play this musical instrument. Do you want it? Yeah. Props to Lanky. Playing the trombone, I've heard, is very difficult. Stand a little closer, Lanky, and I'll show you how to use your instrument. Press and hold Z, then press up C. Its sound wave blast will deafen most tremolins, but it'll also... Yeah, we've already seen this spiel. You have all the latest stuff. Alright. We might want to buy Lanky Kong's gun from Funky in a later world. Some crystal coconuts won't hurt. Alright. So now we just bought this from, Cranky. This will let us climb up that pipe over there, which has a Lanky switch on top of it. Otherwise, that would push us down normally. Hit the switch, and we free Chunky Kong. And how did he not die from that? Chunky free now! Thank you, friend Lanky. Chunky can collect green bananas that are unripe. Meet Wade and Tag Barrel until you need help. Is he Cookie Monster or Chunky Kong? Alright, and now we've got all this green stuff around. So, you might think we're done with Frantic Factory, but no, we actually do need to beat the boss. Even though it is supposed to do nothing. Whack! Hi, Chunky! There are 5 gold bananas for you to find in here, too! Whack! Yeah, but we're not going to do that. So, Chunky Kong is normally one of my least favorite players to be. However, he's also by far the glitchiest character in the game, so we're going to be using him a lot. So, we don't actually need Chunky's instrument, but we do need all of his cranky moves. All of them. Alright, first up. Hunky Chunky, Kremlinus Crush'em. One of my favorite moves in the game, and this is the glitchiest move in the game. Basically, if you find what... I'll let Cranky explain it. You can now use my special barrel with your face on it. Leap into one and prepare to be amazed as you change size. You'll only be able to remain like this while your supply of crystal coconuts lasts, though. So basically, you grow huge, and when Chunky's big, he can pretty much go through any wall in the game. Primate Punch, Sandwich'em Knuckles. So this is basically a giant punch you can use. All you understand is brute force, Chunky, so this should be perfect for you. Press and hold Z, then press B to smash anything that takes your fancy. And last move? I actually don't know if you need this, but I'm gonna do... Oh, Super Simian Slam, Big Buttospashium. Forgot about this one. This lets your Kons press blue switches. Forgot about that one. Are you listening to me, Chunky? You and the rest of the mangy Kons can now slam the blue switches. It's your lucky day, Chunky. Somehow you've played well enough to earn my next potion as well. It's cheap at 7 coins. I'm sure you'll want this one, too. I absolutely do. Gorilla Golem. Where's some Gonium? So basically, this is like a Chunky pad. If you press Z on it, he'll turn invisible. I think you need this for the final boss. Do us a favor and use this one as often as possible, huh, Chunky? Stand on my pad with your face on it and press Z to turn invisible. We don't have to look at your ugly mug. Wow, that's really rude! Dang, Cranky. That was really rude. Alright, well, Chunky spent his life savings on some new moves. We might as well use them. So that's Primate Punch. We're going to use that one a lot. At least for one of the bosses. And now it's time to face the boss. So, I've talked about the bosses before, but basically, most of the bosses in the game that I fight, I'm only fighting to get a key or... and usually I only need the keys to unlock the new worlds to go to. However, there are actually exactly 2 keys you need in order to make the final boss appear, even though there are 8. You need key number 8 and key number 3. This is key number 3. Key number 8 is in Hideout Helm. So the reason you only need these 2 keys is the game only checks those 2 keys to like make sure the final boss appears. It checks key number 8 because if you check key number... basically the game assumes if you have key number 8, then you have every other key except key number 3, because the other keys open all of the worlds that you're supposed to have to go to in order to get key 8. Key number 3 is the only one in the game that does not actually open anything, so we need that in order to unlock the final boss as well. And normally you have to do this boss as Tiny Kong. Donkey Kong can do it, but it's also a lot glitchier and doesn't work as well. I'm going to at least try to do it with Donkey Kong because it's a pretty sweet fight as Donkey Kong. Otherwise I'm going to have to come back here once I get Tiny Kong. Time for more C-Up glitch shenanigans. Darn it, so close. Darn it, Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong. See, normally, if I have the option, I usually do a boss as Chunky, since Chunky seems to be able to clip through these stairs the easiest. For some reason, Chunky Kong is like way glitchier than all the other Kongs. He was probably the last Kong they put in the game, and he was kind of rushed then. That's at least my only explanation. Yeah! That didn't take as long this time. Alright, it's time for the boss that most people are freaked out by, and also tends to be one of the more difficult bosses in the game. Oh, also this is kind of funny. So it's DK up here, but they put Tiny in for the cutscenes. So yeah, this is an evil toy factory, and a toy ended up in the reject bin. This is not going to be good. What do you get when you cross a Jack-in-the-Box, a Cyborg, a Crocodile, and Donald Duck? You get Mad Jack. He's a freaky Jack-in-the-Box, and he's also pretty tough to figure out how to beat. Wow, we're off to a great start already. So basically, normally, to get through this, you have to be Tiny Kong and use the ponytail twirl. But Donkey Kong can do his kick attack followed by his jump attack in order to get across these gaps as well. Or actually, even just a kick attack followed by a jump. So yeah, you'll notice Mad Jack is standing stock still a lot of the time. That's not supposed to happen in the battle. For some reason, when Donkey Kong fights Mad Jack, he becomes a lot harder. You'll see that once the buttons appear. Basically, to beat him, you have to dodge his attacks for a while, and then eventually he'll come out of the Jack-in-the-Box. Right here. So you saw he was on a blue panel, and there was a switch on a blue panel as well. If you hit that, it'll electrocute him, but there's also a switch on a white panel. If you hit that, you'll get electrocuted. It took me a while to figure that out. Because I'm like, it's basically a 50% chance that it'll hurt you instead of him, until I realized the trick behind it. And for some reason, when you play as Donkey Kong as opposed to Tiny Kong, about 50% of the time when he comes out of the Jack-in-the-Box and the switches appear, he'll immediately get back in, the switches will disappear, and you'll have to repeat this phase again. See, like, I think he was about to pop out of his Jack-in-the-Box at that point. But for some reason, he kept on going. I have no idea why this happens, I have no idea how to stop it from happening, except to be Tiny Kong when you play this boss. But I at least wanted to show off what you can do as Donkey Kong. Alright. Yeah, see, like that. That was not supposed to happen. Nor was that supposed to happen. So as such, this fight can be very long and tedious in this version. Which is why I actually usually... It's kind of up to you. Do you want to play this really glitchy up boss battle and potentially spend hours just on this one boss because he keeps disappearing? Or do you want to have to use the lanky glitch to get into Frantic Factory twice, once again, after you get Tiny Kong? It's up to you. Alright, that time worked. You have to hit him, I think, 5 times. Yeah, 5 times. First 3 times he froze. What the heck? I did not expect him to do that. It is totally mad, Jack. What the heck? When I'm on a platform right next to you, you're supposed to very slowly jump over to this platform. Not rocket jump. Yeah, he's supposed to jump like that when you're right next to him. Camera angle for this boss battle, it looks terrible, but it's actually not bad. I didn't know he could jump on diagonals. Stop stopping, man. Can someone please tell me why Mad Jack glitches out if you're Donkey Kong? If you guys know. I'd probably have to ask, like, the speedrunning community. Alright, it seems if you wait a little bit before jumping after he pops out, then he doesn't seem to glitch as much. I'm gonna try that theory out. Thus far, though, this boss battle's been going pretty well. I don't like the demonic laughter in the background of this boss battle, though. Even if it is kind of appropriate for an evil Jack-in-the-Box. Yeah, like, why did he stop there? Alright, there's the white switch. So now he fires lasers. Alright, only one more time left. And this is where he gets serious. No, he's invisible, but he still makes sparkles where he jumps, so it's not that big a deal. And literally, this guy sounds exactly like Donald Duck. What is up with that? Actually, I'm not even gonna try. I can't do a Donald Duck voice. Like, at all. Yeah, he disappeared again. He tends to disappear a lot when he only has 1 HP left. Literally, because he's invisible. Great. Yeah, like, the instant you leave the platform, he, like, just starts chasing after you again at the very end. And of course I have no explanation as for why this happens. Then again, most of the game's glitches have literally no explanation for why it happens. I mean, clearly the developers never intended you to be able to enter the boss room as Donkey Kong, seeing as Tiny Kong was still in the cutscenes. Alright. Nope! Happened again! Make your move, Mad Jack. Not a bad move. Uh-oh. Why does he keep making those switches disappear? Has anyone else had this problem before? Or is my copy of the game just, like, whacked out? At this point, I'm pretty much gonna be, like, completely reliant on... When he lands, I have to rely on the button literally being right on the spot that I am currently on. Oh, come on, Donkey Kong! You totally could have made it up there. You can also tell which one Mad Jack's currently on based on whether it's lit up or not. I actually really like the camera angle for this boss fight, mainly because I'm very used to how it works. Yeah, I'm literally relying on that switch just being right on the spot where I land. That's the only way I'm going to be able to beat him. And of course, if he refuses to even leave the Jack-in-the-Box, that's another problem. And that's what happens if he lands on you when he's invisible. Well, I mean, Donkey Kong is the leader of the bunch. Come on, Mad Jack, you're being such an annoying little butt. Yeah, he's not even leaving his Jack-in-the-Box anymore. He literally just, like, jumps halfway across the screen and then waits. I knew there was a reason I always waited to get Tiny Kong. How glitchy is Donkey Kong 64? The glitches actually have their own glitches. Literally. Stop doing that! He keeps stopping! I guess I have to be on the outside edge. Also, this is a 4x4 grid, so don't go beyond that or else you're just gonna fall off a cliff and die. Yes! Die, Mad Jack! Alright, that's a relief. Donkey Kong! Donkey Kong! He was standing on the side slope. That was funny. Alright, we did all of Frantic Factory without needing Tiny Kong after all. That's pretty good. I think I'll end the episode off there. I'm Colorful Artie. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a great day, and God bless.